In this video, I'm going to show you a few brilliant strength exercises that you can try at home to your neck and your upper back, and that can be a great way of trying to relieve any tightness, tension or pain that you may have in that area. Now there's a few exercises that we can do on the bed, and the first one is going to be working on our neck extensors. So you're going to lie flat on the bed like so, keep your shoulder blades nice and relaxed and flat against the bed, and then you're not going to see much movement with this exercise. I'm just going to push the back of my head down forcefully, so for maybe sort of 5-10 seconds. So I'm going to push down, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax off. And then again, push down, 5, 4, and I can feel the muscles deep in the neck working, 2, 1, and then ease off. So with this exercise, you're going to be working on the muscles at the front of the neck, so your neck flexors. So you're going to cross your arms, have them like so, and you're going to put your forehead on your hand, and then you're going to push down, so you're statically contracting the muscles at the front. And you're going to hold for 5 seconds. So push down, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then relax. And then go again. Push down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And already I can feel the muscles in the front here contracting and working quite hard. Now, again, we're working on the deep muscles in the neck. You're going to start off with your arms crossed. You can have them here or crossed, it doesn't matter. You're going to try and be nice and flat, and then you're going to hang your head off the bed, chin below the bed, and then all you're going to do is lift your head up, tuck your chin in, so you've given yourself a double chin, and then slowly back down. Up, tuck your chin in, slowly down, up, tuck your chin in, slowly down. And this time we're going to work on our side flexors, so the muscles at the side of our neck here. Again, head off the side of the bed, get yourself comfortable, make sure you're nice and stable with your hands, and then you're going to gently lower your head past the line of the bed, and then slowly up. And then you're going to slowly lower down, slowly lower up. Now at the end of the contraction, you might actually be able to see that muscle working. You can hold for sort of 5 or 10 seconds if you want, depending on how difficult you want to make it for yourself. And then you'll slowly lower back down. Now, although working on isolated neck strength exercises like we've done on the bed can really help, the evidence suggests that globally working on shoulder and neck strength can really help with tightness and pain as well. And a great place to start with this would be some press-ups. Now the easiest version would be against the wall, and you can even make that easier or harder depending on your foot position. So if your feet are closer to the wall, that would be easier. If your feet were further away from the wall, that would be harder. I'm going to do them against the bed, and you're aiming for sort of shoulder width apart with the hands, and then you're aiming for chest either to the wall or to the bed, and then slowly back. Chest to the bed and slowly back. And it won't take too many of those before you start feeling the chest and the arms working quite hard. If that was too easy, then you can try a half press up with a bent knee on the floor. So bend your knees, cross your feet, again, hands or shoulder width apart. You're going to come down, back up, down, back up. And again, you're aiming for fatigue. So make sure you can feel it in the chest and the shoulders before you decide to stop. Now, before we jump in to start using some weights, bear in mind that different muscle sizes, different muscle groups, and different movement patterns will require different amounts of load in order to fatigue them. Let's take a quick example. If I'm going to do a shoulder shrug, which is this movement here, the movement is very small. The movement is close to the body, and you're using a big muscle group called your trapezius, which can tolerate a lot of load, so therefore the weight needs to be quite big. Like this. Now this is a good exercise for any kind of tightness or discomfort in the upper traps, and it's a very nice, easy one. You can either do it with a dumbbell or 2 smaller dumbbells. If you haven't got anything like that at home, then try and improvise maybe a rucksack with a few heavy books in it, or maybe a few cans of food. And you should, after a few, start feeling a kind of nice burn in the top of the shoulder muscles. Whereas if you do a larger movement like shoulder abduction, which is obviously a bigger movement and it's also a lot further away from the body. Already you've got a longer lever which is putting more load through the shoulder, and subsequently the load that you're lifting should be lighter than that you were lifting previously. So for me, this will probably do. Now another one for the neck and shoulders, you're slowly going to lift up and out to the side. And the idea is you should feel the shoulder muscles start to ache after a little while. Now, typical things that people do wrong with this one are potentially after a while, if you're starting to get fatigued, the elbow might kind of start to bend. We don't want that. We want to keep the elbow nice and straight. And also you might start to compensate slightly with your trunk. So make sure you keep your trunk nice and still and try to avoid this movement here. So all the movement needs to come from the shoulder. This is important because if we only have a small number of weights at home and we're using the same weight for different exercises, although we do want to work to fatigue, there is a chance that we could cause an overload injury, which obviously we want to avoid. And also we might be underloading ourselves as well, which we don't want either. I'm going to show you a couple of variations that you can try at home which involve rowing or pulling type movements, and this is a great way to try and engage the muscles between and around the shoulder blades. With option 1, you can support yourself against either the dining room table, kitchen surface or the arm of a chair. Get into a lunge type position, lean forwards, and then keeping your elbow nice and close to your body, you're going to pull the weight up towards your trunk and then slowly back down again. Option 2 will be a bent over row with 2 hands, so hopefully that will save you a little bit of time. Start with a slightly flexed knee, bend forwards at the hip and try and keep a nice straight back. The technique is very similar to the last one. Keep your elbows close to you, and when you get to the end of the range, really try and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Moving on to the upright row, you can complete this in either sitting or standing. Hold your weight in front of you, nice and close to your body, and then you'll bend your elbows and bring the weight up underneath your chin and then slowly lower it back down again. This exercise will work on your deltoid, your trapezius and areas of your rotator cuff. A shoulder press is another exercise that you can do in either sitting or standing. Just choose whichever you find most comfortable. You'll start off with the weights at shoulder level and then you'll raise them up, straightening your elbows, and you're going to complete a punching type movement above your head and then slowly lower the weights back down again. This will also work on your deltoid and your trapezius strength, which is really important because your trapezius tends to be the muscle that gets sore, achy and tight if you spend lots of time during the day sat down or working at your desk. As always, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you found today's video useful. If you have, then please do give us a thumbs up. And you may also find the video that we put together on some neck and upper back pain stretches helpful, which you can find here. And we do have a playlist on how to manage your back pain at home, which you can find here. Now, before you go, drop me a comment and let me know which exercise from today's video you found most useful. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, I'll see you again very soon.